The 2025 State of Our Schools report was released earlier this year, and did you know that the average age of an education building in the U.S. public school system is about 40 years old, with 40% of the schools having been built before 1980, and only 2,000 public schools were built between 2020 and 2023. Now, from a Colorado perspective, which is where I'm at, from fiscal years 2014 to 2023, Colorado's local education agencies paid for 87.8% of all their construction projects and large equipment expenditures. You know, these are facilities that educate, feed, and they protect our children on a daily basis. The facilities store supplies, materials, equipment. They employ educators, administrators, coaches, operations staff, all who need classrooms and offices to work from, obviously. You know, not to mention support music, arts, and athletic activities. Rural school districts have it much worse than their urban counterparts, and that's primarily due to three things. The first is a reliance on a local property tax from a low wealth-based tax base. The second is inequitable state funding formulas, and the third is a high fixed cost for such a sparse population. Now, these districts often lack the economies of scale that urban districts have, leading to higher per pupil transportation and staffing costs. And while the State of Our Schools report isn't giving us earth-shattering information, what it is doing is keeping current a very important topic of conversation. And that is that rural school administrators have to navigate an ever-growing funding disparity and the deferred maintenance crisis. Now, we're going to talk about the challenges that rural school administrators are facing and how these challenges are affecting facilities specifically that they're using. If you get any value out of this video, it would mean the world to us if you give it a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel. Having said that, let's get into it. Rural school administrators are responsible for more than what they should be required of. And when a rural school superintendent is wearing all of the hats in a particular school district, it makes sense that they're deferring facility maintenance and addressing the issues only as they present themselves. Most people, including administrators, aren't walking around thinking about the roof over their head until it stops doing the job that you want it to do, and you have your PE teacher in your office informing you that there's a pool of water on the gym floor. The challenge is that building materials fail gradually, not suddenly, and reactive management to facility emergencies will cost more money in the long term every single time. A good example of this is a small school out of southwest Colorado. A few weeks before their school year this year, the 25-26 school year, their superintendent received news of a non-renewed insurance policy due to their district's facility being uninsurable. Among the big ticket items was a failing roof, which is how I got involved. My evaluation of the roof revealed a failing EPDM membrane that was pulling away from the perimeter edges. It was splitting at the seams, and that failure left huge voids and splits, allowing moisture and rain into the building or snow, while also allowing conditioned air to escape up out of it. Our team was able to successfully develop an emergent, albeit short-term, remediation plan to eliminate the leaks and provide quickly the school and, more importantly, their insurance carrier with a 1-year leak-free warranty to help make the district insurable for this school year. They started a little bit late, but at least they were able to start. With that said, let me reiterate what I was saying before. Building materials fail gradually, not suddenly. This small school district's roof problems began years ago, and their superintendent unknowingly inherited a failing roof when he was hired in 2022. If there had been proper management of facilities prior to his arrival, followed by a transfer of centralized facility intelligence, then he would have understood the status of his school as he inherited it, understood the measures needed to maintain the roof. He probably would have saved the district from a very costly emergency roof repair, and they would have been able to start school on time this year. And that brings us to what we call the gap. Amid all the challenges that comes with districts managing their schools on a very real budget deficit, it's our experience that the greatest challenge you face is the situation that we were just referring to in this small rural school district. And we call that the gap. Between employee turnover and decentralized intelligence, the data shows numbers that continue to climb, widening the gap every year. School administrators and superintendents move. New school board members are voted in. Custodial facility staffs move on or retire. I say all of that to say this. Every several years, there are new people attacking old problems without any knowledge of what's pre-existing, and they don't have any formal documentation to rely on. Now, that lack of intel on a district facility leads to higher likelihood of maintenance deferment, and to fill that gap and combat the deferred maintenance problem, MVMT is working on a program to expand our offerings through our AIM program. AIM stands for Actual Infrastructure Management. AIM will be a tailored M&O program tailored to rural school districts, which utilizes the same 4 universal tenets: awareness of what school districts are dealing with, readiness to deal maintenance, intelligence to empower your district's decision making, and for a centralized cloud-based location for anyone to access. Our rural schools students and teachers deserve better, and that's kind of the motivation behind the program. If you got value out of this video, please give it a thumbs up, and even better, join the thousands of people that have subscribed to us across all of the platforms, and you can stay connected with us. MVMT is an exclusive group of tradesmen and tradeswomen in the thermal and moisture industries that get together and add value such as this.